As the college football world has given us some early season surprises, the Badgers have avoided being on that list. But another hard-fought game for Wisconsin on Saturday afternoon, defeating South Dakota State 27-13. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday afternoon's matchup with the Coyotes. We'll check in with Badgers center Jake Renfro. I'll sit down with Luke Fickell and a look around UW Athletics this week, focusing on the soccer programs as well as Badger volleyball. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report. Will Pauling, slot to the right, second goal to 9. Van Dyke will give it to Malusi again, inside the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Ches Malusi from 9 yards away. So the Badgers cash in. They get a big play or two along the way, including a 32-yard pitch and catch from Van Dyke to Anthony. And Malusi finishes the job with a 9-yard run. 3rd down and 2 for the Badgers at midfield. Malusi, the running back. Van Dyke will pull it, running right, pop fly, right side, wide open. C.J. Williams, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. Tyler Van Dyke, beautifully executed. Badgers get another big play, and they're in for the second time in the opening quarter. Single back offense, Travis Tice, the running back, and he'll get the handoff, trying to hit the right side, and right there is Elijah Hills, having none of it. In the 12-yard line of Wisconsin, 2nd down and 11 for the Coyotes. Bell wide right, motions left, little play fake, Bauman throws right side, back shoulder, incomplete at the goal line, intended for J.J. Galbraith. Coverage from Hunter Wohler. Got Joe Brunner there on 1st and 15. Iacomelli gets the handoff, has room, 25 to the 30. Iacomelli 35-40, hit 45-yard line, and dragged down by Mike Reed, the cornerback. Jerron Adams, slot to the right, snap to Bauman, looking, pressured and sacked by Elijah Hills near the 15-yard line. Big time play by Hills, who gets his 2nd sack of this young season. And oh, did he pick a big time to get it done. It's 4th down, goal to go. Inches away, handoff Malusi, right side of the line, touchdown Wisconsin.
Love the decisiveness of Luke Fickell there. It is, if you're probably looking analytically, you want to go up 2 scores, but when you're going to lean on your offensive line, you're going to get push, and Riley Mahlman right behind Riley, right behind Joe Huber.
Carter Bell wide left, jogs in motion to the right, 3rd down and 6, South Dakota, its own 29-yard line. Knee high snap to Bauman, pressure from Allegro, and a clean path to the quarterback for the linebacker Christian Allegro, who gets the sack at the 20-yard line of South Dakota.
Set the standard, let's go.
Ricardo Holman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. Touchdown, Wisconsin, Ches Malusi, 89 yards. And it's picked off by Hunter Wohler. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
We're looking to win the fourth quarter. We're trying to be a team that can come back and, get things together when something might not go our way in a certain situation, whatever it might be. So we're working on having our backs against the wall and being able to persevere. We did that tonight.
Things didn't go our way necessarily at sometimes, and we were able to go out there and make the plays that needed to be made. And I think one thing that we got to continue to focus on and limit is the big plays. Too many things broke. Start that second half was a big one. So continue to grind on that, and then just continue to work on the run game and making sure that we're stout up front.
I think the most special thing about it was specifically that I was embraced so much by my teammates. They see, like I said, they see the amount of work I've put in. They've seen what goes into it, and yeah, the ups and downs as well. They've seen it all. But the fact that every single receiver, my receiver coach, Coach Longo, they were all there to embrace me, Coach Vick, and tell me that, it's been a long time coming. I truly think it's something special and something that I would only find at Wisconsin in this receiver room and with these guys.
Them guys stepped up. We pride ourselves on, like, if a guy goes down, let it not be a fall off. So them boys stepped up. Them boys play hard. Them boys play with confidence. So I was really proud of both of them.
And we faced a lot of adversity throughout the two games. I thought we handled all the situations well. In the fourth quarter, when it came down to it, we dominated them. So, just have to, get a little bit better in some aspects of the game and get a little better offensively. Score more points is definitely an emphasis, and we feel ready. We feel we'll be prepared for Alabama.
This is cliche, but I'm just going to be honest. I think it's just how tight we are as a group. I think this team really is one. Guys get along so well, especially in the offense side of the ball. Especially the running back room, too. This is the tightest running back room I've been a part of since I've been here. We all love each other. We all celebrate each other's successes. There's really not many me guys on this team. Once again, I know that's a real cliche thing, but I think that wins football games too.
Games aren't ever going to be perfect, but the way that this team has responded when things aren't going our way, it gives me a lot of confidence going forward.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
Very small sample size, but for those who are following college football, there are some rules tweaks, the 2-minute timeout, among other things in college football, electronic communication. Let's go to the 2-minute timeout. 2-minute warning is what we're used to knowing in the NFL. The terminology for college is a 2-minute timeout. On the one hand, it seems like, okay, it's a 2-minute timeout, but it's kind of a big deal to have this in college now, isn't it?
It is. I think you got to be smart with it. Again, how you use it is,
I think you got to figure out what you want. And actually, the other night we actually did exactly what we wanted to do, knowing that you got that timeout coming at the 2-minute mark, and you want to end the half with the ball in some way, so you can play things a little bit different. Even though you have your timeouts, it still allows you to, kind of manage the game in some ways, maybe a little bit different.
The electronic communication, that's something that you're able to work on in spring ball, obviously fall camp, but then you get out there in front of 75,000 people. Again, offensively, you guys, when you're clicking, it's going to be a faster tempo, but I would imagine, if it's Jake Chaney, the defensive guy, hearing it, right, with the loud crowd.
I think everybody assumes that you're going to not have to signal anymore, both offensively and defensively, because you have the microphone. And maybe that's what some do in the NFL because they huddle. But the nature of it, both offensively and defensively, for us, we still have to signal. Most of the game is played at a little bit more of an up-tempo and not huddling, so it's just more natural to do that. And then when you do get into those tempo situations, you can't just rely upon that, so you have the ability to do it. So that's why people have asked both that offensively and defense, hey, Coach Longo still signals. Well, it's the only way to make sure the others get it. There's things that we communicate during the play or before the play that are other signals to other people. But without a huddle, you can't get it to everybody. So it does exactly solve all the problems that maybe we thought it was going to solve from some of the stuff from the year before.
And then you've been asked quite a bit about the tablets now that are allowed, and which you actually had a chance to do that in the bowl game. The NFL, there's still shots. College, you actually get the video. Is it going to take a little bit of time just to get the balance? How much is too much, and just eventually just go out there and play football?
Yeah, and it kind of like it was on Friday. Like, unfortunately, there were only 3 drives on both sides in the first half, so it was very slow and methodical, and longer drives, which some ways gives you more time to look at all the plays, but I'm not sure that's always the best thing. So we got to figure out what the balance is from, seeing too much and then dwelling upon it as opposed to just moving on. Every guy's a little bit different, but it does give us at least the ability to visually see what's going on and be able to kind of communicate with our guys and make some of those little adjustments. And for the intelligent football player, the ones that want to know and get instant feedback, I think it's a really good thing.
I want to ask you about your new addition on the staff, Jack Del Rio. I had a flashback to his All-American linebacker days at USC back in the mid-'80s. He and Dwayne Bickett, they were raising all kinds of trouble for opposing teams. Give folks an idea of the relationship. I know he was on the Saints staff, right, when you were there. Is that where it all began?
Yeah, he was just getting out of the league, and I was an assistant strength coach, and I blew my knee out, and so for 7-8 months, I basically worked out with Jack, and just obviously got a little bit of a relationship there, and then stayed in touch and communicated, stopped and saw him a few times, and then it just kind of happened, right? I've been kind of looking, and talking to some other guys through the summer about maybe be able to come on and be a part of some of the things that we do here. And you always just needs, or if you can have somebody that you got a relationship with, they can give you some perspective, can be an eye for both the offense and defense and different things. But even in particular with some of the NFL guys with, where the game's going, and I don't mean the game on the field, but I meant the game within the game, right? The management of your program and the ability to, be in this revenue sharing. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to change, and some of those things are going to be modeled after NFL, and it's great to have a perspective, especially from a head coach, at some of those things that he's been through and see, and kind of help us form that model as we move forward.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I know Matt Mitchell obviously has been a head coach, but your relationship with Jack Del Rio as a head coach has some really good teams with the Raiders and obviously with Jacksonville. That's a perspective that can be pretty priceless, I would imagine.
It is, but I think it only works if you got somewhat of a relationship where people can be honest and tell you the truth. And I think that's what made me, excited about doing this, right? There was a couple other guys that you had a good relationship with that maybe, that you were going to bring in here and, somebody that can, give you some of that perspective and be honest with you. And that's what Jack's going to be able to bring. And having that relationship from a long time ago, he doesn't have to hold back. He understands and doesn't feel uncomfortable making sure that, he can say his opinion.
Final general thought before the first game, you likened it to a bowl game because there's, such a long prep and there's all the, the outside world, the hype, the pomp and circumstance. Now, you feel like you're in the rhythm of a actual football season?
Well, playing on a Friday night doesn't get you into the rhythm some ways, but you do now. I mean, this is the normal week. We got back onto the schedule. School start this week. gets everybody kind of into that flow of things. And that's where we've got to really kind of find our niche. And when this is the time when growth really, really happens in these first 3, 4, 5 weeks to figure out how we evolve and who we're going to be throughout this entire season.
All right, it's Badgers head coach Luke Fickell. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
We talk about new faces, and this offensive line may have a couple of new faces, but make no mistake, they have a lot of veterans along that offensive line, and one of them was right here, Jake Renfro, who got on the field in the bowl game, and to say the least, it had been a minute. Coming back from the injuries, from all-conference caliber player in 2021, and then fighting back. What was it like, Jake, as he joins us now, just getting back on the field, the grind of rehabbing from the injury and getting on the field on New Year's Day?
Yeah, it was a really incredible feeling. Getting back-to-back injuries and being out for 2 years and then finally coming back and being able to play in January, that was a really special feeling. I wouldn't take football for granted ever again, just because it can end like that in a second. So but being out on the field in January was truly special for me, and it was a good start to the new year.
What pushed you through? It had to be some frustrating times thinking, man, give me a break here. What pushed you through those tough times?
Really, my family. I have a very great support system around me. My family, my teammates, my coaches, always there to support me in every step of the way, even when there were some setbacks and the more injuries and all this stuff. So just having that really good support system around me really pushed me through.
Yeah, I started at the top, a new face, but you're not new to Coach Fickell and Joe Huber, the same thing, and Quincy Burrows, Will Pauling. When you guys first came up here, did a lot of the other guys kind of pick your brain a little bit? Like, okay, what's this guy like? What can we expect? How did that work?
Yeah, so that was last January in 2023. It was a lot of questions, a lot of people coming up to me and asking me just, who this guy is and what are workouts like, what are practices like. But I really embraced that role of kind of being the older guy who knows what to expect and all this stuff. So there was a lot of questions, a lot of frustration at times, but being that guy for people to come to and ask questions, and I had those answers. It was a good feeling.
It seems, Jake, that in talking with guys who were here last year, and they know now, here's what the coach wants, here's how he wants it done. Pretty noticeable difference from what you saw out of season last year to this?
Oh, absolutely. Now that everyone's had a year underneath their belt of Coach Fick and this whole coaching staff, things really changed back in January because everyone knew what to expect, everyone knew what it was like, everyone knew what it takes to be successful in this program. So this past 7 months has been a really special 7 months for the whole entire team.
Old guys like me remember Casey Robach as a player, getting to know A.J. Blazik. Tell us about those guys as coaches and how they've helped you continue to develop your game.
Yeah, they're incredible. Those two specifically are just great men, great leaders. They have the most energy I've ever seen, which, that just pushes us even more on the field. Very technical coaches. They're always there. I mean, Coach Blas has a couch in his office. You can just go up and sit and talk. It doesn't even have to be about football. So it's just great guys, very knowledgeable about football, and we love having them around.
That's a really important point you're making right now, because we know how the game has changed, and there's NIL, and there's a lot of the business components, but still, as you're saying, it's about relationships. Yep. And he trusts you, you trust him. That kind of stuff, it's pretty hard to put a price tag on that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So when the offense is clicking, well, we hear that the label air raid. It's the Wisconsin version of it. But when it's clicking, Jake, what's the offensive line doing, and how's this offense looking for fans to enjoy?
Yeah, it's going to be a special year. We have a bunch of veteran O-linemen coming back. We're still going to throw the ball, but we're still going to run the ball too. So you don't know what to expect. These defenses have to keep their eyes open, and we're going to spread them up, and then we're also going to bring them back and go to traditional Wisconsin offense.
That was what was interesting toward the end of last season, the Nebraska game, the Minnesota game. There was a lot of running, and the head coach said, that's where I want to live. It's music to the ears of an offensive line, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, especially, Coach Fick being a college nose guard. He loves the trenches, and that's where the games are won and lost. So if we can dominate the line of scrimmage like we're going to do this year, it's going to be a special year for our offense.
Final question for you. I'm from sort of the neck of the woods where you played college football at Cincinnati. Obviously a terrific program, good place to be. Is coming here to Madison, University of Wisconsin. Has it been everything so far? I mean, hopefully the best is yet to come. But just the environment, everything, has it been everything you would hope for?
Oh, absolutely. Growing up in the Midwest, always was a Big Ten fan. My dad played in the Big Ten. And then coming here and experiencing a game day on Saturdays, it's truly special up in Camp Randall. It's been an awesome journey so far, and ready to take it to another level this year.
We'll look for Jake and his guys on the offensive line to do a little bit of work coming up this fall. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Point for Wisconsin here in the opening set of the day, part of our doubleheader in the Big Ten Big 12 Challenge. And the punctuation will come from Carter Booth. Back row, Para into the block. That time the answer, Franklin part of the defensive effort up front with Booth. Para. Down the line to Franklin, that's in. Easiest call of the night for the line judge right there. But Wisconsin, with their biggest win of 2024 so far, their first win of the young campaign, able to take this one in 5 against the Horned Frogs.
It's a third match point for Baylor. Here's Franklin left side. Block, touch, saved by the Bears. We play on. Derek Frazier to the right. Check. Popped up. Saved on a line drive. Pinballed. And back over to Baylor on a free ball. That almost ended it. Check. Right side. Block, touch. Popped up by Schumacher. It's near the net. Franklin swipes off the block. It's going to fall. Point Wisconsin. The Badgers have battled back to tie it in set 5. They play extra points in the 5th. Wisconsin now has an opportunity with an ace by Gigi to bring it to match point, and they do as it drops off the table on the right back. And now it's match point Wisconsin. Furbringer outside, Franklin off the block. It's going to be played once, twice, 3 times. It's over. Perbringer, left side, Franklin smashes it down. Wisconsin ends the fifth on a 5-0 run, and the Badgers get out of Texas at the Big Ten Big 12 Challenge with another win.
The Badgers will have a 2-0 record heading into this Saturday's very highly anticipated matchup with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Kickoff set for 11 a.m. right here at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.